to Quinn Wade, coming to you with that late instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube exclusively on there. And we're gonna talk about the Sacramento Kings came all the way back by being down by double figures to win 114 to 109 against the Indiana Pacers. The Kings go to 16 and 50. Dang. And 11 and 22 at home. The Pacers go to 15 and 50. They're 5 and 28 on the road. Season series is tied 1-1. They don't face each other into next season because this is only a two-meeting series against these two. And since they ain't going to make the playoffs, they have to wait till next season to play each other again. Indiana won the first quarter 25 to 24. Indiana won the second quarter 34 to 18, but then started losing. Third quarter they lost at 30 to 23. In the fourth quarter they lost at 42 to 27. So the Kings made a comeback and was able to get the win. Obi Toppin, he did most of his damage at the free throw line. He went 7 to 9 from the free throw line. He also made two wide open threes and missed the rest. He finished 2 of 5 from 3 and 4 of 9 from the field for 17 points. He only played 15 minutes, which wasn't much, but it's still good what he gave him. He had also 5 rebounds, assists, no turnovers, no personal fouls, and was a +1 and plus minus. He was just a good player for them tonight. No Pascal Siakam in this one. No Andrew Nembhard or TJ McConnell in this one. So they lost a lot of their playmakers and scorers. And somebody had to have a big game for them to be able to win it. Jarius Walker, 39 minutes, 8 points. He went 3 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He led the team in rebounds with 9. He also had 2 assists, 4 turnovers, and 2 steals, 2 personal fouls, and was a minus 13 in plus minus. He just couldn't make a shot when they needed it inside or out the paint or even on the 3-point line. But he did, try to make things happen on both ends of the court, and he did do a good job of grabbing boards. That's a part of winning games. So at least he was able to have a good night on the boards, even though he didn't have a great offensive night. Jay Huff, he had some struggles. He missed some shots at the rim. Renaud made some things tough for him. And other than that, he splashed some threes in some key moments, and he did finish around the basket a couple of times. He had 12 points, 32 minutes. He went 5 of 14 from the field, 2 of 8 from 3, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover. No blocks or steals for him this time around. He did have 2 personal fouls and was a +3 and plus minus. I just like the fact that he was playing, spacing the floor and trying to make the right play. And he never really gave up trying to score the basketball, even though he had some misses and some block shots. Aaron Nesmith, 35 minutes. He had 29 points. He was just moving good without the basketball and was able to attack a lot of the times because they were trying to stop him from shooting threes. Even though he got a good amount up, he was able to adjust and get some rewards even from the free throw line for making counters if they took the shot that he wanted away. And he also was able to do a good job passing the ball too in certain situations. 7 to 7 from the free throw line, 2 of 7 from 3, 10 to 22 from the field, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, no turnovers, and a block. 2 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and a +6 and plus minus. Cam Jones was stepping up too, especially from the 3. They kept giving him good open looks, so he went 4 of 7 from 3, 5 of 9 from the field is what he finished as, meaning that he only had one more shot that he made. That was a 2 and not a 3, and the rest was misses from 2. 14 points, 4 rebounds. He had 2 turnovers, but he did finish with 9 assists. He did a good job of running that guard position and keeping the ball moving and also knowing when to give up the ball to the right guys early and not overthinking it. With those 9 assists, that ended up being game high for the Pacers. 1 offensive rebound, 4 personal fouls, and a -8 and plus minus. Jalen Slawson, 11 minutes. He missed every single shot, which was threes. He took 2 of them. He did have 3 rebounds, 3 assists, no turnovers, and a personal foul. He was a +14 in plus minus. Micah Potter did a good job of getting to the basket, but he did miss his only 2 threes. And then he also made his only free throw because he had an and 1 opportunity. And he finished with 11 points. He was the only guy to score in double figures off the bench and the only guy to get double figures in any statistical category off the bench. But he also did 7 rebounds, and that was good for him. And he also had 1 turnover and a block, 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, was a -6 and plus minus. His scoring was really necessary They found themselves in some tough situations defensively, and he was able to get them efficient offense. Kobe Brown played 21 minutes. He had 5 points. He went 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from three. His only make was the three, besides going 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 4 rebounds, 3 turnovers, and a steal, one offensive board, 4 personal fouls, and was a -11 and plus minus. Ben Shepherd, 23 minutes. It ended up being the most off the bench, and he did score 9 points. He went 4 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3 point line. He had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 turnovers, 4 personal fouls, 3 offensive boards, and was a 0 and plus minus. I really liked his scoring. He took a good high percentage shot every single time he shot the ball, and that's why he had really good results. Quinn Jackson basically missed everything. In 18 minutes, he only had 4 points. He went 1 of 8 from the field and 0 of 2 also from three. Couldn't make anything, and this one didn't have the touch. In this game, he also did go 2 of 2 though from the free throw line. He had 5 assists. That was really good for him. That was the best part of his night. He had 1 rebound, no turnovers, and a steal, 3 personal fouls, and was a 0 and plus minus. And Talon Peter, 5 minutes. He missed every single shot he took, which was going 0 of 2 from three. That was his only field goal. He had 1 turnover and a steal, no personal fouls, and a -11 and plus minus. And then the Sacramento Kings, everybody scored in double figures besides Precious Achua. He tried to score in the paint for the most part, and it worked a little bit because he went 3 of 6 from the field. He did miss his only three though, and then he played 20 minutes and got 7 rebounds, 1 turnover, and a block, 1 offensive board, 1 personal foul, and was a -7 plus minus. Renat was probably really the best player on the court for them sometimes, and this one defensively and offensively. And he had 18 points in 34 minutes. He went 8 of 15 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He finished with a double double because he had 11 rebounds. He also had 2 assists, 1 turnover, and got J Huff twice with him trying to attack the basket. He also had 3 offensive boards, 1 personal foul, and was a +2 and plus minus. Russell Westbrook had to fade away the three going in this one, and he played 25 minutes, had 16 points. He went 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from three, and 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He also had 7 rebounds and 9 assists. So he did a lot of things to impact the game and try to help his team stay in it. And then eventually they was able to pull through and get the breakthrough and was able to win the game. He did have 1 turnover that's good for Russ, and he was efficient, so you have to love that too. And he had 1 personal foul and was a -7 and plus minus. DeMar DeRozan, 24 minutes. He had 12 points. He went 4 of 13 from the field. He had the same shots he wants to take and he wants to get. Didn't do a good job of making them in this one, really. And that's just how it went for him. It happens that way sometimes. But he did still get to the free throw line and went 4 for 4. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, a steal, and 2 blocks, and 2 personal fouls, and was a -9 and plus minus. Nick Clifford really stepped up for them and made a lot of layups, and he did some jump shots. But he did go 0 of 2 from the 3 point line and 2 of 4 from the free throw line and finished 5 of 12 from the field. But he did get 12 points in 38 minutes. Those 38 minutes ended up being the most on the team. He had 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals, 4 personal fouls, 1 offensive board, was a +17 and plus minus. Doug McDermott played 4 minutes. He didn't do anything but finish as a -6 and plus minus. Drew Eubanks attacked the basket, finished 1 of 2 from the field, and also went 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 4 points. He grabbed 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, and a steal. He also had 1 personal foul, was a +3 and plus minus. Malik Monk, he thought he might have to do more, but he only took 4 shots, and 2 of his misses was threes. The rest was around the rim, and he finished with 4 points because he went 2 of 4 from the field. He did have no turnovers. 1 personal foul, was a -12 and plus minus. Plowden, he ended up going 1 of 5 from three. They keep taking him. He keep trying to make them. Hasn't really been panning out or working out for him, but he is a strong physical guy, so he can get to the rim. And he went 5 of 5 from the free throw line, but finished 2 of 8 from the field. Hasn't really shot the ball that great still. And he did have 6 boards, which was the most on the team off the bench. He had 2 steals, which was really good to see too. 1 offensive board, 3 personal fouls, and a +8 and plus minus. And then Devin Carter, he stepped up, and he was one of the biggest reasons why they won. He was killing the Pacers in transition. He kept hitting dagger 3 after dagger 3. He went 3 of 4 from three, 9 of 13 from the field because he was also able to get to the basket. And he also went 3 of 3 from the free throw line. And he had game high 24 points and only 16 minutes. He also had 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and a steal, 1 offensive board, 1 personal foul, and a plus 21 and plus minus. And then Killian Hayes, he scored, but he had to go 2 of 7 from the field and 1 of 2 from 3 and 3 of 4 from the free throw line to get his 8 points. But he also did it in 23 minutes and also did some other things like having 4 rebounds and 4 assists and 3 steals. So he was able to make plays on and off the ball on both ends of the court. And he only had 1 turnover, even though he didn't shoot the ball that efficient. He still had a good game because the other things that he did in it. And then he had 3 personal fouls and was a plus 15 and plus minus. The Kings shot 46% from the field. The Pacers shot 41, 35% from 3 for the Kings, 30% for the Pacers, 83% from the free throw line for the Kings, 91% for the Pacers. The Pacers shot 8 less free throws than the Kings, 30 free throws for the Kings, 22 for the Pacers, 52 rebounds for the Kings, 48 for the Pacers. They out-rebounded them. 22 assists for the Kings, 29 for the Pacers. 11 turnovers for the Kings, 15 for the Pacers. 10 steals for the Kings, 7 for the Pacers. 7 blocks for the Kings, 2 for the Pacers. Both teams had 8 offensive boards. 44 defensive rebounds for the Kings, 40 for the Pacers. And then 18 personal fouls for the Kings, 23 for the Pacers. The free throws did help. The 3-point shooting did help. And obviously, being able to score more shots when it mattered helps too. You know, you got to get back in the game, and you have to stay ahead to be able to win the game. And the Kings just kept making plays. You know, they attacked the basket. They was able to hit the threes. They was able to break down the defense. They was able to get stops when it mattered. And once they finally started getting it going, they never really stopped. And you got to give credit to the Pacers for trying to answer back as much as they could. But then it got to a point where the Kings just kept flowing and going. And it ended up being too much for the Pacers to handle. So they was up by double figures. They collapsed. Then they still had a chance to win it because they was going haymaker for haymaker. And then at the end of the day, the Pacers got knocked out because they couldn't score when it mattered the most, and the Kings could. And sometimes it can be that way. You got to play the whole 48 minutes because you never know what can happen. And you have to give credit for the Kings for not quitting and not giving up and still playing the game, even when they was down bad and down big. And they was able to find a way to win this game. Both teams have had a terrible season. Both teams had a lot of injuries, and both teams are going to look probably a lot different next year. But this was a competitive, fun game to see and watch. And I'm glad I took time to see it. And I'm glad you guys want to know what I have to feel about it. So make sure, if you're new to the channel, you comment, like, subscribe, and share. Or just hit the notification bell to get the analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.